In the meantime, I'm gonna remind you guys of some some possible donation incentives over here. We got a Disney bid war between the Lion King and Aladdin for the Super Nintendo. And the Lion King is leading with $180, followed by Aladdin with 70. We also got the JRTA3 file name, leading right now with Iwata with $47, followed by Donguri with only 40. And we also have the Final Fantasy VII file names. Character names. We got Cloud leading right now with McNuggies with only $66.03. And followed by Asaran with only $6. We also got Tifa with Bonmon with $30, followed by Paifu with $10. Barrett has Baron with $15, followed by RTC with $10, and then Mr. T with $5.11. We have Eris with Do the Thing with $2,000. I don't think this one is gonna get beaten. And we got Red 13 with Oh My Dog with $105, followed by Dogo with $20, and then Suki with $10. And we also got Seed leading with Boom Shaka leading with $10. But if none of those entice you, you can always donate for best anime. And he's leading right now with Magical Poppin with $25, followed by Tosaka Rin with $20, and I Ate Her Pie with $10.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Raindrop.
Hey, Colin. How are you doing? Are you ready?
Pretty much, yeah. Ready when you're ready.
Everything is good on my hand, so if you want to give me a countdown, it's whenever you want.
Alright, cool. So this is Kururin Squash in 3, 2, 1, and go. So this game was released in 2003 for the Nintendo GameCube, and it's the third of 3 Kururin games. The other 2 came out on Game Boy Advance, and it's a real shame that the series ended here because I think they're all really good games in their own respective right. Play a bit careful here so we don't die at the end. Alright, I'm going to open stream so I can see chat, so if anyone has any questions about this game, feel free to chime in. I try to answer as many as I can. So, lots of stuff to talk about this game. You'll notice there's coins interspersed throughout these levels, and unsurprisingly they're used as currency. This game's a shop feature where you can buy a whole plethora of different skins, different HUDs for your life bar on the left hand side there. Really cool looking stuff. And then there's also some helpful items, like you can buy more hearts, which is a one-time use. You can get what else is there? You get a Game Boy Advance, which inverts the levels, so the opposite way around. It's really strange, but kind of cool. So we just saw the first power up there, which is the punching fists at the end of the stick, for lack of a better name. Each world has its own gimmick. Different power-up. There's 5 worlds in total, so 5 different power-ups. And there's also a boss to the end of each world. Alright, I have to play it a little bit safe here. It's extremely important that I kill that small enemy in front of that big one, Otherwise you just get ambushed by everyone very easily. Nice emotes in the chat there, Jez. So yeah, all the gimmicks are really cool. You'll notice I'm hitting some walls in order to get a little boost. Speed you up just slightly. Some neat tech. Okay, I was scared I was gonna do that. Dude, can we get some Kururins in the chat? Anyone? That'd be cool to see. And yes, that is his name, I believe. Almost died. Alright, not too bad. A little bit slow. Let's collect the coins for fun. Got him. Oops, need to press B there. Alright, so let's talk about the controls. Really simplistic and straightforward. We have B to speed up. Obviously let go to slow down. We have the right trigger, which changes your rotation speed, and then we have the analog stick, which obviously moves our character. Oh, and there's the A button as well, which for normal levels does the horn, and then for the gimmicky stages with the power-ups, you shoot them or whatever else the intended purposes. Alright, second power-up. Got the scuba stick. Actually, I believe canonically the name for the stick is a Kururin. It's meant to be a ship that you're piloting. But for the sake of simplicity, we're just going to call it a stick, because everyone knows what it is. Anyone joining in later on will get it. So, yep, scuba stick. Really love the music in this world. It's one of my favorite tracks. Interesting thing about the music is it's actually done by a lot of the same composers that did Omihara Karate, amongst other games. The old Raising/A-Team team. So really cool. Let's see what else is there. This is one of my favorite pure movement levels. It looks really slick if you get it right. Oh, let's talk about damage boosting. So, in some instances there might be a really small gap that you otherwise wouldn't be able to get through without taking damage, so it's a really nice quirk. It does make you lose 3 seconds on the in-game time every time you get hit, but in an RTA that's pretty much inconsequential. A good measure for how good a stage is, I usually just use the decimal point, because if I do the strats well, then the stage is going to be within the same second most of the time, but you can just deduct 3 seconds from the in-game time if you want to work out exactly how well it went. So there I wanted to position myself on the side of the... can't think of the name of it. Whirlwind? Something like that? What's the word I'm trying to think of? Or whatever it is, I needed to position right on the edge of it in order to get like the maximum... take all of the momentum from it. So like, I kind of went in the middle of it, lost a bit, so I lost like half a second there, but not too bad. Whirlpool? Whirlpool. Let's go with that. Yeah, some scary plays so far. Almost died quite a few times, but we haven't died yet, so that's good. Some nice switches underneath the ground there, which both shuts the gate and thereby reduces the current, but we don't want to do it the whole way because the current's not too big a deal. It's quicker to just slightly open the gates and squeeze through. The smaller the gap, the better. Like here. Take a little damage boost on the side there. Squeeze around the corner. Alright, second boss. No RNG to this one. There's very little RNG in this game in general. But the main instances of it are the World 3 boss and the World 5 boss, and then outside of that, just coin spawns on the bosses. I think that's pretty much the only RNG in this game. And again, it's not really a very, not a high amount of RNG either. It's only going to swing 10 seconds either way, if I handle it correctly. For the third boss, like each pattern he does, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself here, I'll talk about it at the time, but basically he has different cycles he can do. And I want him to spin as much as possible at the beginning, and then at the end I want him to stay still. So yeah, we just bait this guy into, or girl, into these pillars here. Very straightforward. We should be getting pretty much the same time every time. We're going to be looking at around a 0.81, 83, something like that here. So we get 81, 81. 2 frames off the IR record. Not too bad. Nice Hinas in the chat there. Alright, so World 3, also known as Snowscape. I really love the aesthetic to this world, super cool. Good music as well. Unfortunately, we are going to come up to some auto-scrollers soon. Nothing wrong with pink, man. Nothing wrong with pink. So yeah, I'll talk about those when we get to them. For now, let's just get out of here. Okay, this is kind of slow. I'm probably gonna just wait on the Stomper at the end here because I'm not confident I'm gonna be able to get past it. And if I do get hit by it once, there's a high chance I get hit by it multiple times. So lose a second or two there, just waiting for safety. Alright, here we go. Third power-up. I actually think casually, this is a really cool power-up. Good, I think this is quite cool, like, survivalist level, when you want to try and collect all the coins. There's different routes you can take on some of these auto-scrollers. There's a lot of trial and error. But in a speedrun, it's a nice break point, pretty much. Not too much going on. Just hold B and swing around and hope you don't lose all your health. That's about it. So now's a good time for any donations or anything like that, if we have them.
Well, I don't have any donations right now, but I do wanna plug in some possible incentives.
Mm-hmm.
We got The Lion King and the Aladdin Reward. The Lion King is both for Super Nintendo. The Lion King is leading with $180, while Aladdin is with $70. The one that is leading, the most leading one, is gonna be played. Sorry, you wanna say something?
Oh no, you go ahead. That's fine.
Okay. And we also have the JRTA3 file name. Leading right now is Iwata with $47 and Dongori with $40. And we also have the best anime. So you can donate and choose anything to be the best anime. Right now, leading as the best anime is Magical Poppin' with $25, followed by Tosaka Rin as $20, and JRTA3 with $10. We also have Oxus with $5 as well. You can pretty much donate with any name you want.
Alright, so that was our first death there. That's actually I'd say that's the hardest strat so far in the run that I went for. Basically I'm trying to save on hitting a spring and trying to just like muscle my way through that gap, and unfortunately I took 1 damage before before the point I wanted to squeeze through. So once you do take one, it gets very risky. It's possible to do it without. I almost did it without, but I got bagged. I got bad balls there. So unfortunate death. Isn't too long though, so that's fine. Did it safe the second time just to save losing more. Yeah, I'm gonna go for most of the hardest tracks I can at least once, just so I can try and show them off. But one death so far is not too bad. Deaths in this game aren't particularly costly. It sends you back to the beginning of each stage if you die. So, depending on the stage, it can. Like, if I died at the end of this one, that could lose me a whole minute, but for the most part, it's not a big deal. Infinite continues. Alright, that's the hardest section of this level. This is definitely the hardest of the 3 auto-scrollers, just because if you get hit by one of those enemies there, it chains really easily into 2-3 hits. Because you just do not have the time to adjust. Alright, now for the shortest level in the game. Yep. 6 seconds for you to deduct the 3 I lost getting hit. The IL is actually, I believe, 5.18 seconds, because it's actually really interesting. For in-game time, you can wait on the spawn point, and it doesn't count towards your time, so you can wait for cycles within a stage for as long as you want to try and perfect them and then go. So for that stage, you actually wait until the cycles are perfect, and you just like breeze through the entire level in 5 seconds. It's pretty awesome. So yeah, there's a really cool distinction between ILs and RTAs for this game, and they're both pretty enjoyable. At least in my opinion. Lots of cool tech going on. So this stage, the gimmick is there's a dude chasing you, but if you just hold down the entire time, he never reaches you, so yeah, not too much story about that. The only possibly scary bit is getting hit in this last corridor here, which I almost did actually. I went kind of wide there. It's alright though. Still got it. Alright, coming up to the biggest RNG point in the run. We're going to want this guy to spin, please. If not, it's not a huge deal. You can deal with it, but... Okay, he was a jerk. He didn't spin. Okay, nicely dealt with though. I took out 2. Every time you take out an even number of his... I don't know what to call them. We'll call them like bicycles, I guess. He does an action, so... There, I didn't manage to cancel that action he did there. Like, it's mandatory that he does one every 2, but you can sometimes negate him doing another one in between that if you destroy 2 very quickly. And I failed to do that there. But I almost negated the spin, which would have saved me a little bit of time. But this is going quite well, actually, for not getting the best pattern. I handled it pretty decently. These are going to go down real quick. Again, spin there kind of sucked. 53 is actually pretty good. I think my PB is around 51, 52, so not too far off. The record for this game is a 29:32, by the way, so... We're making good progress. This is definitely a low 30 pace right now. 1 death. Not too long, maybe 15 seconds. Technically, I think 29 is still possible, but... It's going to be very difficult. Oh, something else to mention is the different difficulties. So I'm playing on normal right now, which is the big stick, and then there's easy, which is which is a smaller stick. And both ones have their own cool quirks and stuff. But I think the levels were more geared towards the bigger stick. So I think it's a cooler looking run in my opinion with the big stick, so I've only ever run it on that so far. And the record is actually almost 2.5 minutes faster with the big stick compared to the small stick, because I've done so many So many routing improvements and optimizations and stuff. So kind of a goal I have in mind for this run is to beat Dwarf's easy mode time in a normal run in a marathon, which is a 31:55, so we're definitely looking on track for that right now, which is really nice. This level can get scary quickly if I don't do this section here perfectly. Got it. If you take 1 damage there, you're almost certainly going to take 2. And that messes up the cycles. It makes you have to go really slow and careful through that section line here. I took 1 hit there. Because you obviously can't take that hit anymore. But we did it. It's fine. Easy peasy. Yeah, Jaw's gonna get exposed, dude. I'd love to see him play this again. I don't think he put much time into this game, because his PB before that was like a 34, so he could definitely improve his time, for sure. He's a good player. He's done a lot of ILs of easy mode, and he has like pretty much all the records in that, so... Alright, gonna go risky. Hey! Nice. It's actually pretty hard to do. Wasn't too important I didn't take damage there in the end, because I didn't take any after that point, but it's always nice to just have that cushion. These tornado stages are can get pretty scary. Definitely the hardest power up to master in my opinion. The way in which it works is if you just tap A, you do a little shot, and then if you hold down A for about a second, you charge up a big shot. And you have to remember when to start charging, when's a good time to use a small shot, when's a good time to use a big shot, etc. Probably the easiest level for the rest of the run. It's kind of out of place a little bit, it's so short. Pretty cool movement though. Now this level, I hate this level. This is such a scary level in Arns. Because your health is such a big factor in so many of these strategies. Because you want to get really close to these turbines in order to turn them fully, but that also risks taking damage. So if I take any extra damage, like here, okay, I played it safe. This is going to be a slow turn, not too slow. That's okay. Okay, that's good. Ultimately, you want to just like careen yourself straight into that one to turn it as fast as possible. But I'm going for it, dude. I'm going for it. Oh, baby. Scary. But why go slow, right? Oh, that was a nice little cut through there. Yeah, wind turbines are the hardest enemy. My arch nemesis. Lovely. Okay, this is going really well. This is one of the hardest levels to do fast. Come on. Oh! Oh! So good. So it's imperative that we keep all of our health filled for the final corner. It saves us a heck of a load of time. It means we can avoid taking a faraway spring. Nice, only 1 damage too. That's really hard to get it with 1. Nice. Oh, a little bit early on the charger there. Not too bad. Lost a second or two. Let's look at our time. Oh wow, drop down. Drop down. Drop down. Drop down. Never seen that in my life. He just got stuck in the corner. So, interesting thing about this level is the TAS actually finishes the fight straight after this section with these little flower petal bird enemy doodles, whatever the heck. It actually kills them all, and I don't think anyone's ever done that in real time before. It's stupidly difficult. I've been 1 or 2 away before. Yeah, I really hope someone eventually gets that in real time. It'd be sick. I don't see it ever happening in a run though. Too much randomness as to where they go. Like you saw there, I was never close to getting them all. I don't feel my shots were that terrible either. So. Alright, final world. Love the aesthetic of this world. Bunnies on little planets, like how can you not love that? Okay, good start. I think we're still at 1 death, so this is going well. Pleased with this. We should be able to make this cycle. If I don't take any more damage here, I'm going to go for a risky damage boost too. Going for it. Okay, it's not that risky, but it's scary. At least if you take one hit, it gets really scary. Because sometimes the collision just messes you up and you end up taking 2. Last power up is the laser. Really cool. This is where mashing skill comes into play. A little bit. One thing to note is the grip on the controller is really awkward. If you want to both hold B and mash, ooh. Just don't take any more damage, this is okay. Really don't want to take any through this bit, really don't. Okay. Oh, okay. That section is so hard to not take damage on, so I'm happy about that. Very scared there.
That looks so close.
Yeah. You can play it safe and take the bumper so you're spinning the other direction and go around the other way, but it's a bit slow, so... Alright, this is probably the single hardest strat I'm going to go for on this run, I say that. Oh, okay, never mind, I had to avoid it at the last second because I took damage where I didn't want to. You almost always take 2 damage there, and you have to go really fast throughout the stage to even make the turbine cycle to begin with, and then you have to do this entire end section with 1 health, so I'm kind of glad I didn't have to go for that, because it could have ended really badly and lost me like 25 seconds. Alright, second shooter level. That's okay. I think that kill was just fast enough to not have me be put under too much pressure in this corridor coming up. It's going to be a bit tight, but I think I'm going to be okay. Spin now. Okay. We're going to want to take the bottom path there because we're going pretty fast. So through there, through the bottom there. A little bit bad. And okay, this is the hardest part of the entire end game. If you take 1 bit of damage there, it usually amounts to you dying because you just get chained really easily. And it's right at the end of the level, so it's very scary, but it probably saves a good 5 seconds over having to go around to the right side, shoot the green explosive, and then come all the way back over. Maybe even more time than that, honestly. This level's very difficult too. I actually made the cycle, wow, that's great. That's really good. Okay, stay high, spin. Good spin, nice. This is going excellent. I hate doing this end section with and then damage boost our way around the corner quick. Yeah, I hate doing that end section with little health, it's so scary, so really nice we had all that health there. So just 3 more levels to go, that's it. I'm sure there's loads of things I've missed talking about here. Just trying to concentrate on playing right now. Shouts to cute caterpillars. Now there's 2 paths we can take at the end of this level depending on how fast we go, so hopefully we're going to be taking the top round. It's looking good so far. We're going to have to muscle our way through here. I'm not going to slow down. Okay, never mind. This might be slow. Oh. This is going to be close to being hit on this part. Please don't hit me. Okay, I'm taking it safe now. I'm gonna have to take the low. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take the bottom route now. Had to play it safe though. We should still be able to make the bottom cycle at least. Yeah, this is fine. Bottom cycle is. I think top route saves like 5 seconds because you can hit the. There's another green explosive towards the top of the stage there, but it was blocked. It was blocked by the time we got there, so unfortunately we had to take the other way. So here's a cool stage. The last pure movement level there is in the run. Then we go to the final boss. Hopefully we can clutch it out, not die right at the end and lose a minute. That's fine. We're gonna get a healing pad soon. After this healing pad though, we want to be really conservative with our health. It's the last one left. I could go for a risky cycle here, let's see how good we do. Excellent, let's go. Beautiful. That's very difficult to make that without taking any damage. You have to like cut that first corner so quickly to get past that turbine, it's unreal. That's okay. Beautiful. Final boss. A little bit of RNG here in both when he shoots his bomb, and secondly the formation he makes in a second. He builds like a wall around himself. Good RNG. Our rotation should be nice for this now. You don't have to mash the entire time here. There's certain points where he's invulnerable. Okay, please work. Beautiful. Straight away. Alright, time's coming up soon. I'll let you know when. Yes, I got him in 2 spins as well. That's really fast. That's within 0.4 seconds of the IR record, I think. So time ends when the curtain closes. It's going to be in around 10 seconds time.
Very nice, dude. Amazing run.
30:21 on my end. Awesome time. Yes, within a minute of the record with a death. Not too bad. Don't know what it came out to on stream.
Dude.
Thanks, man. Really fun run.
Very good.
Thanks for watching,
Really
everyone.
enjoyed it.
I'll let this this little cutscene play out. There's one of these in between each world, and they have these cute little little cutout characters. I don't know what they're saying, but it looks cute. Oh, it's something to note about the text as well, because I'm playing on a PAL console. I don't believe it actually has some of the characters supported, so the text is messed up, that's why. But it doesn't affect the time or anything, it's just visually. So yeah, that's Kururin Squash. I'll post on Twitter about the Discord for this game, which I made fairly recently. If anyone's interested in learning this or playing it, it's a really awesome game. You can buy sealed copies for pretty cheap on Amazon as well, so highly recommend you look into it if you like this run. And yeah, that's all I got to say. Thanks for watching.
Thank you very much. It was really, really nice.
Yeah, no problem.
Really
man.
good. It was really good.
Thank you. I'll let these credits play out now.
very well. In the meantime, while this credits play, I want to remind you all that you're watching JRQ and do their runs over there. At the moment, we hit our goal.